What's going on, everybody? It's Jace again, and today we're going to be talking about whether or not sneakers are a true investment, and we're also going to be going over some big things to look out for if you are looking to get into sneaker investing. All that and more in this video. And as usual, if you are not subscribed, my name is Jace, and I'm a product designer that is really passionate about investments, finance, sneakers, and design. And so if you do find any of the content today interesting, please do consider subscribing and smashing that like button. It really does help me out. Anyways, stay tuned. All right, welcome back, everybody. So to kick off this list of things to know when you are thinking about investing into sneakers and whether or not it's actually a good investment is to know and understand that sneakers are not like your traditional investments into a company stock. So if you don't already know, investing into a company stock, you're essentially supporting that company because you believe in their technology or the things that they're doing to progress as a company, which is why generally a company that is constantly progressing is going to go up in value on the stock market because they are becoming more and more valuable with the things that they're doing. Now, on the other hand, when you're investing into sneakers, you're not investing into Nike here when you invest into a specific sneaker. You know, if you're investing into Nike, that's another company stock, and you're investing maybe into that company because you believe in their Fly Ease technology or the React technology for the foam. But however, when you're investing into sneaker, all you're really investing in is demand. You're investing into the hype, and you're investing into the history of that sneaker. So a great example would be Air Jordan 1 Chicago colorway. That's in the traditional red, black, and white colorway that Michael Jordan famously emerged with. The inherent value of it is not generated by what it's doing in the future. It's generated by what it has done in the past. So it's more of a piece of memorabilia that you're investing into in a sense, and it's not truly like investing into a company where the value will keep going up over time. And as you've always heard me say in my financial videos, that I always consider sneakers sort of an investment, but I use that term loosely. But what I really consider it is a speculation, and we'll be getting into that shortly. So that brings me to point number 2. I use the word speculation. So what is that? All that simply means is that the asset that you hold is at substantial risk to lose its value, but at the same time, you're also expecting the value to go up, meaning that simply put, it could lose all of its value, but you're also betting that it's going to do better than what you paid for it, which is why you are believing in it as an investment. Now, in my opinion, and what I've seen from a lot of people investing in the sneakers, this perfectly illustrates the example of what sneaker investing really is. You're essentially kind of guessing or trying to predict the value, but at the same time, it's very hard, as you saw in some of my sneaker criteria videos that I'll link below, where I talk extensively about the reasons why a sneaker could go up in value and why it could go down. But that isn't always the case, because at the end of the day, a lot of the value of something is determined by the demand from the people that want whatever sneaker it is. And case in point that you can't predict with The Last Dance, the Air Jordan 1s saw an increase in their value by almost 200 to 300% on average for almost every classic or popular colorway because that documentary came out. And piggybacking off of the hype or demand for the third point, sneaker investments could get even sketchier for you and riskier if you're not doing your due diligence or your research, because as I already covered in point number 2, when you don't do your research and you don't understand what is hot and what's not right now, what's trending and what's not trending, literally, even if you invest into a sneaker that is worth hundreds of dollars right now, in 2 years, it could literally lose almost all of its value and be even worth less than retail if the market doesn't have a demand for it anymore. So if all of a sudden dunks are out of trend, you're gonna see a steep decline in the value. So you always have to pay attention, and as sneaker investors, we could learn a lot from investing in stock market and things of that nature. When you are dealing with a volatile investment, sometimes the best thing to do is to exit the market. So you do want to have an exit plan and figure out when you should sell off certain sneakers. And I'll make a video on an exit plan later on. All right, so now this brings me to point number 4, which is going to be that sneakers are pretty similar to stocks and bonds in that there's 2 different ways you can really gain money from them, generally speaking. is you can either buy and hold them, or you can sell them when you feel that you're gonna get a good return on investment. But in general, for a lot of the more hype sneakers, it's a good method, which is to hold the sneakers because the value will go up over time. However, as I already said, sneakers are quite volatile in nature, so sneakers can definitely fluctuate quite a bit depending on what it is. A lot of sneakers don't have that power to maintain their value because, as I said, a large portion of the value of a sneaker is extrinsically generated from the outside. The sneaker itself doesn't have a whole lot of worth. If you want another analogy, it's like you're investing into an Apple iMac versus investing into Apple itself. Apple itself is constantly doing research and development, and they're a company that's very forward thinking and always looking to innovate and create new things. But if you're investing into an iMac, let's say for $1,000, it has the same technology over time and it never changes. And that's kind of the issue that you'll encounter if you're investing into sneakers as well. So it's really good to do your due diligence and understand the internal and external factors that affect the pricing of a specific sneaker. And on the topic of selling and timing, the other thing that makes it a little more volatile than investing into stocks and bonds is that you cannot freely get rid of it, aka it isn't as liquid. So if you, let's say, have a retirement account with stocks and bonds, if you need money, you can literally pull it out and you'll have your money in probably a few days to a week. But with sneakers, it's a little bit unpredictable because this is generally how it works. There's an inverse relationship between the value of a sneaker and the amount of time it takes to sell. And what I mean by that is, for example, if you get a sneaker and it just came out, it's lower and it's worth less money, but you can probably move it right away because there's so many people looking for it. And over time, the value of that sneaker will go up because it becomes rare and there's less dead stock available. But there's probably going to be less people looking for it at that point. So it's going to take you longer to move that sneaker, and that is another big thing that you need to keep in mind in terms of timing and selling these things. There is nowhere that you can just sell it like if you're investing in the stocks on like Webull or like Vanguard, for example. So anyways, that was 5 big things that you need to consider if you are looking to get into sneaker investments. And if I haven't already spelled it out well enough already from my explanations, is sneakers really an investment? In a sense it is, but it's more accurately to say that it is a sneaker speculation. All it is sort of gambling, but not quite. And there are different ways that you can do better than the average person if you are looking to get into sneakers in terms of predicting whether it'll be worth money or not. And as I said, I made some videos on that already, so do make sure you check out the links below for those videos. But anyways, once again, it's Jace, not your typical sneakerhead. I'm a product designer that has a passion for talking about finance, investments, sneakers, and design on this channel. So please do make sure you stick around. I drop new videos like this to help you guys make more money in 2021 every Thursday. So until then, stay laced. Peace.